let us discuss about salts and family of salts from the lesson acids, bases and salts. What is meant by salts? Salts are the ionic compounds which are formed by the neutralization of acids with base. Salts are classified into three types: neutral salts, acidic salts, basic salts. If a strong acid and a strong base react each other, produces neutral salt. If a strong acid and a weak base react each other, it produces acidic salt. If weak acid and a strong base react each other, it produces basic salts. Now, family of salts. Sodium salts. Example: sodium chloride, sodium sulfate, sodium nitrate and sodium carbonate. These are sodium salts. Sodium chloride, potassium chloride, ammonium chlorides are chloride salts. Sodium sulfate, potassium sulfate, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate and copper sulfates are sulfate salts. Formulae of some salts. Potassium sulfate formula K2SO4. Sodium sulfate formula Na2SO4. Calcium sulfate formula CaSO4. Magnesium sulfate formula MgSO4. Copper sulfate formula CuSO4. Sodium chloride formula NaCl. Sodium nitrate formula NaNO3. Sodium carbonate formula Na2CO3. Ammonium chloride formula NH4Cl. We know that salts are produced by the neutralization reaction between acid and base. Now, the table showing that the type of base and type of acid present in a particular salt. Suppose potassium sulfate salt. It is formed by the combination of potassium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Sodium sulfate salt. It is formed by the action between sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Calcium sulfate. It is formed by the reaction between calcium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Magnesium sulfate salt, formed by the reaction between magnesium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Copper sulfate salt is formed by the reaction between copper hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Sodium chloride, formed by the action between sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. Sodium nitrate salt, formed by the action between sodium hydroxide and nitric acid. Sodium carbonate, formed by the reaction between sodium hydroxide and carbonic acid. Ammonium chloride, formed by the action between ammonium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. Now, common salt. There are number of salts, but sodium chloride is the most common among them, and it is also called as table salt or common salt. Source of common salt. Sea water is the one of the main source of common salt. To extract the salt from sea water, it is allowed to evaporate in shallow tanks under the influence of sun and wind. Uses of common salt. Common salt is used in cooking food and it is used in preservative in pickles. Used in the manufacture of soaps. It is used to melt ice which collects on the roads during winter in cold countries. The chemicals from common salt: sodium hydroxide, sodium carbonate, and sodium hydrogen carbonate are the important chemicals obtained from the common salt. Now, sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is commonly known as caustic soda. The chemical formula of sodium hydroxide is NaOH. Preparation of sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is prepared by the electrolysis of concentrated aqueous solution of sodium chloride, which is called as brine solution. The chemical equation of electrolysis of brine solution is sodium chloride plus water gives rise to sodium hydroxide, chlorine gas, and hydrogen gas. During the process of electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride solution at anode, chlorine gas is produced. Hydrogen gas is produced at cathode. Sodium hydroxide is produced near the cathode. Now, chloroalkali process. The process of electrolysis of sodium chloride solution is called chloroalkali process because of products obtained in this process. That means chlor for chlorine, alkali from sodium hydroxide. The important products in the chloroalkali process are hydrogen gas, chlorine gas, and sodium hydroxide. Uses of sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is used for making soaps and detergents. It is used for making artificial textile fiber and it is used in the manufacture of paper. Sodium hydroxide is used in purifying bauxite ore. Uses of chlorine. Chlorine is used to sterilize drinking water supply and the water in the swimming pools. Chlorine is used in the production of bleaching powder and chlorine is used in the production of hydrochloric acid. Chlorine is used to make plastics such as PVC, pesticides, chloroform, etc. Uses of hydrogen. Hydrogen is used in the production of hydrochloric acid. It is used to make ammonia for fertilizers. Hydrogen is used to make methanol. Hydrogen used as a fuel for rockets. Thank you.